Welcome back to KIMT News 3 at 10. Let's get you the latest in your forecast now with Storm Alert Weather 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox. Sarah, you got my attention when you were talking some thunder tonight. I thought everything was focused on tomorrow.
Yeah, the thunder threat for tonight, it's there. It's not huge, and we're not talking any severe weather as we go into overnight to tomorrow morning. But wouldn't be surprised if a rumble or two comes our way. Now, the main event for it all, that's going to be waiting until we get into the evening hours. So we'll time all of that out, get you prepared in just a moment. Right now, just cloudy over Highway 52. These clouds have thickened up across the area, but they haven't brought us anything quite yet. It's just the very beginnings of it all, in which I'll show you in just a moment. Temperatures, they've leveled out for some of us into the low 40s. We're talking 42 in Rochester right now, and some the mid 40s, 45 currently in Mason City. And I'm not expecting these temperatures to fall much more over the course of the next couple hours, simply because we've got the surge of moisture coming on in and the winds remaining from the south. All right, moving over to satellite and radar now. You can see, there we go, a little bit of rain. We're talking some small pockets, but small, bringing, a little bit. We got some yellows in there. No flashes of lightning or thunder with these yet, but doesn't mean that the potential isn't there. If you look over here just to the northwest of Sioux Falls, don't blink. See that little lightning bolt? That's what I'm talking about when it comes to the activity that could be moving into our area overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. Mostly looking just to be a soggy event before we do get to the second round, which is the severe threat. So let's talk about the first round. Futurecast showing this around 3 a.m. So here's these little pockets where we get just this heavy rain, moderate to heavy rainfall. They don't last very long, but they do have that potential to bring a little rumble of thunder with them. This is around 6 a.m. Scattered activity across the area can be seen, and even as we head into the late morning, this is around 10 a.m. as we do continue to see some yellows and even dark greens there indicating that moderate to heavy rainfall. A bit of a lull as we come into the afternoon and early evening, maybe a stray shower here or there, but what we'll be watching for very closely, especially across North Iowa, is how much sun pokes through. More sunshine means more instability, and we have a cold front coming our way, and that cold front is the trigger I mentioned at the top of the newscast that will be pushing in that potential for severity. So here we are, 8 a.m. Yes, there is some pink because temperatures will start dropping once that cold front does continue to pass. But here's where we're watching out for some of those pockets of heavy to, well, really heavy rainfall with that threat for severity. As this continues to move off to the east, we could see a little bit of a wintry mixture, but most of this is looking to stay on the wet side until very early morning Saturday, where a stray flake or two may come through. Quick look at the severe thunderstorm threat. So you can see the chances a little higher further to the south, but most of us remain in that possible zone, meaning a level 1 risk for isolated severity. And anything that does pop and become severe brings mainly a threat for wind and some large hail. So we'll be watching very closely for that. Here is another way of looking at the precipitation timeline, the 2 different rounds with the severe threat coming into the evening. Now, a quick look at the next 7 days shows that we'll have a brief cool down following all of this before we warm back up Sunday and Monday.
Sarah, thank you.